Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I decided to do part 2 of feeling lost in your 20s and with some things I have learned. So don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, all the good stuff, leave a thumbs up. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Sagi. I do everything self-growth, self-development and everything. The guiding principle here is God. And if you're returning, thank you for sticking with me. Now let's get right into today's video. So I did a video on feeling lost in your 20s and I just felt like it wasn't detailed enough. Well, I don't really like too long videos, like videos that are too long. Let me know in the comment section if you guys don't mind, and I like to make it very, something very easy for you guys to digest. And if it's too long, people just get distracted. So anyways, so today I just have some more points that I have learned and I feel like will help someone feeling lost in their 20s or just feeling lost in life generally. So first of all, adulthood is a scam. Like sometimes I see some things and I'm like, why was I rushing to grow up? Like why? Like who convinced me to grow up to be an adult? Because some things are just not making sense. So that aside, adulthood is difficult, it has its challenges. Just being an adult, like you don't know how much you are going to navigate or you have to navigate. I have my phone with me because I had to write down these points because they're very important to me. I take them very personal and I don't want to forget them. I don't want to miss them. So something I have here is that nobody really knows what you're doing. So you see a lot of people around you, you might be in your 20s, and you see a lot of people around you, maybe your friends are getting married, maybe they are doing this, maybe they are running successful businesses, and you're just here feeling lost and thinking, oh my God, what is my life? I just want to encourage you that no one really knows what they're doing. They're just showing up, giving it a go, things are aligning. So some principles I have learned, or it makes people seem like they know what they're doing, is that they're disciplined. Discipline is one thing that I'm still trying to learn. When people are disciplined, eventually it feels like things start aligning in their favor and you feel like, oh my God, they're just smart or they know it all. But no, another thing is it's just the timing of life, like trusting the timing of your life, knowing that that's the time God has ordained to happen. So when you see things happening for them in their time and seasons, it's just all about their time and season. So it's not about people knowing what they're doing, it's aligning for them because they're disciplined, they're applying some biblical or principles that are still, very much applied in the world. For example, being disciplined can get you so far. Just showing up, being consistent, in anything, in your job, in your purpose, in your business, in your YouTube, in your TikTok, in your social media, like being disciplined. So when you see people doing something, you're like, oh my God, they just know what they're doing, they've got it figured out, they married at this age or they have this at that age. No, it's just the divine timing of their life is aligning and they've been disciplined and they put in the principles to make it come to pass. So when you're sitting there thinking that, I want you to remember this. So another thing I've saw is uncertainty is part of life. So I was speaking to somebody, something very personal at work was happening and he was like, oh, I hate the uncertainty. I like it settled because I was telling him, I was like, oh, you got a very stable life, you should be grateful for that. He was like, yeah, and I wanted to remain that way because I'm uncertain. I hate uncertainty, right? I'm just laughing. I'm like, you know what? Except you're going to live this life, which God forbid, that's not. You're going to have to deal with uncertainty because it's part and parcel. Living in your 20s, living beyond your 20s is just doing life. So you have to embrace the ebbs and the flows, go roll with the punches because things will be uncertain. Like the phase I'm in now, I don't know if I have anything certain, like I'm not sure of anything. I did a video where I talked about going through a redundancy and I did not see that coming. I went to Cabo on vacation, came back and having my afternoon nap. I work from home so I have my nap during the lunch break and had a break, came back to bed and I'm like, got put into a meeting saying, your role is no longer needed. That was not on my forecast because I had plans. I had planned around the job to make certain relocation moves. Then became impossible because of just that uncertain event that was not in the forecast, that was not in my plan. So if you're in your 20s and you're feeling like, oh, etc, don't beat yourself up. Learn to roll with the punches. Learning to roll with the punches. And something that's helped me to learn to roll with the punches is honestly just surrendering to God. I know I always talk about it, but really, guys, I cannot advise it enough. I don't know how people do life alone. So you need to learn to roll with the punches. You need to learn to roll with the uncertainty. It's part of being adult. So, that's just one thing. And another thing is waiting is hard. Waiting is hard. So you might be waiting for stuff, a baby, a job, or whatever. I don't know, whatever. you know what you're waiting for, you just feel the blank in. And no one tells you how hard it is until you're in it. And sometimes you're just like, why didn't my mom tell me about this? Or why didn't that auntie tell me about it? I don't think because no one knows what's in front of them. No one knows what the plan is with them. No one knows where they're going. So the wait is hard. So if you're waiting for anything to come to pass in your 20s, you're in that 20s, you're that girl, that boy in your 20s, and you're feeling like, oh my God, I just want to know that the wait is hard. It's easier with Jesus, but the wait is hard. Jesus doesn't eliminate the wait all the time, because sometimes he needs you to go through the process to really refine you. And that's why the Bible talks, it says, in this world there will be trials and tribulations, but I have overcome it. So the wait is hard. That's what I've learned. So something else I've learned in my 20s is all things work together for your good if you let him. I said this in the last video and I'm going to say it again. I know that surrendering is hard. I know that giving up that expectation, the way you want it to happen, the way you are expecting it to happen, what you're expecting to happen, I know that giving that up is so hard, trust me. I've had to surrender in so many areas that I didn't think was mentally possible. But when you let God, everything works together. So let me know. I don't know if I've missed out anything. These are the things I have learned, from feeling lost in your 20s. These are some things I feel like will help anyone going through their 20s and feeling lost, or going through life in general and feeling lost. Do you have any more to add? Let me know. Let us know in the comments. Let's all do this together, because it's tough enough. And as I say in my channel, I always talk about my personal experiences. So this is not something out of a book or something that someone told me. It's something that I have experienced. So yeah, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, engage with me. I want to hear from you. Actually, if you get to this part of the video, I know it's the end, just say yay. So I want to know that you went from the start to finish. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you, bye bye.